Right, welcome back. Last time, guess who decided to try starting a war against me? There was a lot of back and forth going on, a lot of battles, and there's been some issues with loans. The things have, for the moment, stabilized. Yeah. Right now I'm busy sieging stuff down. I'm hoping to grab 2 provinces and a heck of a lot of money off of them. Hopefully enough to deal with some of my financial issues. I'm having trouble because rebels are starting to pop up too. Which is just great. Among other things, there are other opportunities sitting around that I might end up losing if I wait too long. For example, Athens is only allied with the Knights. Just the Knights. They have no other benefactors. Which is a fight I could take on. Because the Knights don't have many ships, and neither do Athens. I've got more ships than they do put together. Just on my own. I don't know what kind of ship composition the Knights have, though. It's probably the same as everyone else here around here. A galley and 2 transports. I've got 2 galleys and 6 transports. And a light ship. Which helps. But yeah, let's get this war finished and see what we can do. Destroy those troops, then... Or I could just grab the stuff now. I mean, I've got 73 war score. In theory, I could vassalize them, but that would be way too much. What I really need right now is as much cash as I can grab. The problem is they're proud and they have the Holy War Casus Belli. So I can only grab so much gold at once. That's enough to get rid. Okay, so expand the theme system again. Miletos needs to be cored. Tira is already a core, thankfully, though I do need to convert it. Convert both the provinces from Sunny. I've got so much war exhaustion, and this province has so much unrest that it's not something I can work on right now. I can remove the spy network by this point. It's not really necessary anymore. And let's repay the newest loan. The other one should be repayable by the time it comes due. 46% Liberty Desire. Yuck. Let's have you head back via this means. It's fast enough. Yeah, let's stop it here. So, things happened. I managed to grab 2 provinces and enough gold to, well, almost completely pay off all my loans. Or reps aren't really doing much of anything. It's my tax income that spiked after I managed to drop provincial corruption by a lot. Mainly by making the nobles really like me. Though that's kinda temporary. I mean, I'm trying to go ahead and pass reforms to help out, but I've only got so much state reach because the new acquisitions have low state reach. Yay. I'm still working on this. I'm gonna have to invest into the capital for this sort of a thing. And, yeah. Get capital, infrastructure 1. Build up an important center of learning. Yeah. Probably the best thing I could do is this, restricting factional appointment, but I need more points for that. It's also that, but that one's not a good one to do. I need to I need to improve examinations at some point. That way I can expand it to all officials, and that drops provincial corruption gain by a lot and won't allow me to actually start increasing state reach on purpose. I've also had some revolts that occurred because fun with unrest, including some separatists. The separatists are entirely gone, and popular militias, which are slow to deal with, but they don't recover manpower as far as I can tell. If they do, it's extremely slowly, so I've been slowly hacking away at the issue. I've also tucked up one level in all technologies. Commercialization is slowly causing more and more costs. And I grabbed logistics ideas. They have lots and lots of cost reductions, which is going to help a lot with maintaining a large army. And reinvesting the money into the economy. Though it won't improve my combat abilities by much. Also, war exhaustion, while still high, is finally below its starting value. I'm down to 13.5. It starts with a starting value of 20. So, I might be able to go up against Athens soon. That or Epirus, who's allied to several little countries in a massive defensive pact, but they all have 1k troops, so it's all infantry and whatnot. So grabbing this last part of Thessaly, of Epirus, is going to be helpful. Of course, I'm going to have to restore the city at some point. Stability is difficult to maintain. It does not want to go above 0. But yeah, I'm actually almost completed this, which is great. It's gonna take some time and effort to get this done though. But Athens is not going to be that bad. Bulgaria is basically crushed, although I do need to work on that stuff. Eventually I'm gonna have to go after Naples, who has integrated Corfu. But yeah, the empire needs to be stabilized. I need to eventually the Ottomans are going to invade me. Oh, that's just a nice sec there. I thought, wait, when did the Ottomans ally Athens? But the Ottomans are actually pretty weak right now. They've kept making motions about invading the Genderids through my spy network. I kept noticing it. But it doesn't seem like they've actually done much. They maybe conquered Kankiri, but I don't know if they already had that. I might be able to take them down without too much trouble, which would be amazing. Yeah, taking them down would be great. Eventually I'm going to have to deal with Albanian culture, but it's a core, so grabbing it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Unlike these, which are merely permanent claims. I've got permanent claims on a lot of provinces. Some of them I don't, though. Athens are just, well, yeah, permanent claims. Cores on quite a few provinces, so I have almost all of my cores. At least within Graecia. The rest are mainly in Anatolia, southern Crimea. Yeah, that's really it. Lots of Genoese trading ports, to be precise. As well as Theodora itself, because it's... well, Trapezound and Wallachia. Bulgaria is, well, loyal, especially since recent expansion of my army has made it easier for me to keep them under control. Though I'm stuck at 5/4 limit for the time being, which is fine, and I do wish for it to grow a bit more, but it's probably because I keep losing all the troops to battles. Second, I thought they were at 7k. Nope. It's just that their tributary state has moved along in. It's quite likely that Romania will take the last province off of them. Yeah, they have a claim on it. Which will give me the perfect excuse to have them just waltz in. Just waltz in and have Bulgaria claim all the provinces that I need for them to claim. I'm sure eventually they're going to integrate Vidin. It is an appanage, after all. But they do need federalism and regional militias. They have regionalism and local armies. Of course, I'm sure once I actually integrate them, they will become my subject. Anyway, let's look at this. Great powers of the world, Hindustan and Great Sui. So I guess they might be the Chinese unifier. Not necessarily. Because Zhao is also around with 1,000. Yeah. China's still split. So far the only European great power is, of course, France. Because, you know, the French, France is just massive and reasonably centralized, unlike... It's reasonably centralized enough to be considered one country within the game, unlike the HRE. So they're also pretty big. Though Damascus is rebellious, very much so. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to grab logistics ideas yet. I think I'm going to go for grabbing... Yeah, the late medieval tactics is going to be important. Grabbing that tech is going to ensure... That tech is very important and will ensure that reasonable military prowess. Though it will also equally affect my rebels, so it's not going to be important whether or not I grab it that soon. I'm doing reasonable bit in technology though. Despite the fact that I need to invest a lot of points into reforms. As well as the fact that I don't have commercialization. I'm not going to be able to get it for a while. I need to empower... I need to empower the burghers. Give them a say. Give them enough influence to make it work. Which will not be easy. The nobles have reduced influence, but this is temporary. But now that they have a reasonable amount of power, I might be able to bring their influence high up enough for me to get this reform on through. This will further increase their power, although it will also reduce their wealth. Somewhat, because the nobles will start grabbing their wealth. Which is why the nobility actually like this reform. But they also produce more commerce, so trade will be easier and they will be able to do more of it. Especially since I already have minus 50% commerce production, minus 55% thanks to provincial magistracy. Eventually, I'm going to go down to level 1, but I don't have the points for that reform anyway. The thing is, it will further weaken the burghers, which is something I would actually like to avoid. So we're not touching that for right now. Not until I've gotten through all the loosening up of trade law that I need in order to get commercialization into the country. After that, I might end up clamping it down again. Might, though I find that unlikely. Yeah, I need to empower the burghers too, in order for it to appear if I want that. Of course, it would be reasonably fine just to conquer a province that has obtained it. Though there aren't that many, they still exist. They just don't exist down here. I have to wait for Venice to get it here, possibly. Or here, Crete. But Venice is just too strong on the sea for me to do much more than grab this province if I'm fast. And Naxos would be impossible to grab. It'll take until 1418 to reach Negropont. So. Treatment, education. Education? Yeah, okay. Something that's not implemented in the game yet, but it looks like it will be planned to do so. My succession is still undefined. Until I stabilize the country, it's going to stay that way. I need 80 legitimacy, 25 cities, so I need to conquer another province. Or integrate Meister, but I'm not going to integrate them just yet. Devolve unitary and regional garrisons or the unitary government reform. Oh yeah, right, I can't do that just yet. Because I only have regional militias, not garrisons. And I don't have unitary government. Unitary is difficult. Centralization is 60, rule governance nobility 3+, career soldiery +3, well, military org 4+. Not urban governance 3+. Yeah. Church finance 2+, both types of taxation +2, well 2+, and volunteers 2+, and 65 state reach. I actually have most of those, surprisingly. Yeah. The only thing I actually like is ties among reforms. No, actually I do have ties. Okay. It's the state reach that I lack, as well as career soldiery 4+. Yeah, I don't have enough military organization. But I need less than 75 noble average power. Ooh. And I also need to upgrade to enlistment. Plus, I need 3 military ideas. Yeah, the update made it so that you don't need one of... It's not that you need one of the 4, you know, these 4. You need military idea groups, period. Any would work, but they need to be complete. I need 2 to upgrade to enlistment. In fact, I figure volunteers actually does require 2. But yeah. Noble administration. Reduce noble gravity. Reduce base manpower. Increase the power weight for wealth siphons. Reduce their investment in levies. Increase revenue tax from them. Make them weaker, but they wouldn't like it, especially since, yeah. I'm too unstable for reforms, but unless I reform, I don't have enough stability. Now, there's also the fact that a lot of the things that I do in order to appease the various elites is also reducing my stability. Or plans for the future, like I am increasing the power of the burghers directly through urban autonomy. And while it does improve their loyalty, it also reduces... It also increases autonomy across the board, quite literally. At least in areas where there's a lot of burgher power, I believe. Or maybe not. Okay, yeah, it does increase monthly autonomy. And also makes stability really, really bad. My stability is very, very much in a poor spot. And I highly doubt I'm going to be able to obtain enough stability to get to 1 stability. So major reforms are just simply a no-go. I need to look towards improving stability in other ways. Ideas, minor reforms, this could be a good one. Factional recruitment is definitely one where that can work. Sovereign law is not something that's available right now, though. I probably should also work on building capital infrastructure, but for right now I can't do anything because capital has been, well, under revolt. I'm surprised I'm still getting taxmen from this place, but it's really important that I do continue to do so. Treasury is looking great. I can invest into new things. The Theodosian walls are doing, you know, good work. So, anyway, I've definitely gone on for long enough. I might actually go after the Ottomans, though I'll probably go for weaker targets first. Athens is a good option, so I do want to lower war exhaustion just a tad more, and of course deal with the rebels on Constantinople. Doing something else would be a bit embarrassing at the moment. Probably not smart. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then.